Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the full promotion of Oscar Mingueza, and then we're going to be moving on towards Nico Gonzalez, who is currently a Barcelona B player who might potentially be involved within the first team in the next season. So if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel and let's get to it. But first, I do want to talk about our sponsors for today, and that is the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app has always been considered as the best football app you could find within the App Store. If you are a general fan, you would be updated when it comes to any team you would like to see, and you would also be receiving some live updates, whether they have gone up in the league, whether a player within that specific team that you do support have scored, they will be notifying you. And if you are a Barcelona fan, right, for the majority of us here, we would be able to see where Barcelona do stand on the league table, the transfer news, who scored within a specific game, and the stats of the player. All of this is going to be in one app, and the best thing from all of this is that this app is free. The only thing you do have to do is go into the description box that I do have down below. There's going to be a link. You would be able to click that link, then download the app, pick your desired team, and then turn on the notifications. And so again, the link is going to be placed on the description box down below. And I also do want to thank the OneFootball app for supporting a content creator. But now let's get back into the video. So starting with Oscar Mingueza. So as expected, like we have talked about before, there has been many reports suggesting that Mingueza was going to renew with FC Barcelona and be fully implemented in the first team. Now we are here. We have finally found out that Mingueza has signed a contract renewal with FC Barcelona that will take him until 2023. And it says here, according to Catalan Radio, Oscar Mingueza has renewed his contract until 2023. He did sign today. He will be registered into the first team next season as part of his new deal. So it is official that Mingueza will not be in the Barcelona B team no more. He will become full-time within the first team. And it's going to be very interesting to see what the sporting project is going to be for Mingueza. How are they going to be using this player in the next season? Are they going to be thinking about using a 3-5-2 or maybe a 4-3-3 or maybe 3-4-3? What exactly is going to be the plan for Mingueza? Because many of these systems, the backline do have to function in a much different way. And the other question is going to be this: are they going to see Mingueza as a very flexible player, a player that can be very versatile, a player that can play as a center back or maybe as a right back? And that right there is going to be probably one of the biggest concerns when it comes to Mingueza going into the first team, because the last thing many of us do want to see is for Mingueza to act as a utility player, because we have seen players such as Sergio Roberto play as a central defensive midfielder, as a right back, and in result, Sergio Roberto was never considered to be a first team starter full time throughout 99% of the season. And if this is going to be the case for a player like Oscar Mingueza, I highly suggest the sporting department not to do so, because Mingueza just has way too much potential in order for him to be spread out into other different positions. It would make much more sense for Mingueza to master one position and be greatly good at doing so. And that's going to be the conclusion. I do not see Mingueza playing as a right back or maybe as a left center back or maybe even potentially as a central defensive midfielder. Mingueza, his position should remain and always be as a center back, a full-time right center back. And that's whether it's within a 3-5-2 or a 4-3-3. Mingueza's position should be as a right center back. And so because Mingueza has finally signed his contract renewal, he fully does deserve it. Because look, 1 year ago, many did not even know who Oscar Mingueza was. He was not even thought about to be within the Barcelona B team. He was considered as the fourth or maybe fifth option. And now we are here a full year later, and he has officially become part of the first team. He has played within the Champions League. He has played within La Liga, and now he is a starter under Ronald Koeman. And throughout all of this, as a center back or as a right back, he has contributed in a total of 4 goals, with 2 goals and 2 assists throughout this season. So he has been very effective, and I'm very surprised to see the development within this youngster, because it has been progressing very quickly. And when you are a 21-year-old center back and you are progressing in this way, that is something that many of us do have to admire and applaud towards Mingueza. And look, Mingueza has done mistakes. He has done some errors that did lead towards goals. Like for example, in the previous match against Granada, he let a through ball go through the defensive line where he could have easily blocked and stopped that pass, but in the end, it leveled Granada with FC Barcelona in a 1-1 tie in the middle of the game. It could have been easily rejected. Then there was another mistake that Mingueza has committed, which was to join the attack. He was supposed to stay back and play alongside the 2 other center backs, and Ronald Koeman did make it very clear that what Mingueza was doing in that moment was not okay. So Mingueza is not the most perfect player. He is going to be making mistakes because he is a young player. He is only 21 years old, but I think that when you look at his overall game and his performance, his his progression, the way he defends, the way that he attacks, it is world class, and he could become even better in about 3 to 4 years. This is a player that Barcelona must lock down for the future. And then moving on towards Nico Gonzalez, and it says here, according to Ferran Martinez, an agreement in principle has been reached with Barcelona B's Nico Gonzalez over a renewal for 3 years. Only the last details remain. He is convinced about the project. He'll be part of the B team next season, but more involved in the first team dynamics. Then as we continue here, the idea at the club is for Nico Gonzalez to be registered for the B team this season and be more involved in the first team dynamics, and then get registered into the first team in the second year, which is going to be the 2022-2023 season. Now let's remember that last sentence, right? Nico Gonzalez is planned to be fully registered in the second year. So let's hold on to that for a second. But what makes Nico Gonzalez so exciting is that the media, the people within the Barcelona city, they have been saying that Nico Gonzalez could be the potential replacement of Sergio Busquets. And what's so funny about this whole thing is that now that we have seen Busquets play in that way against Granada, seeing how he almost looked like Xavi Hernandez in his prime and how effective he was making those through balls, it almost did seem like this is going to be a player that's going to be unreplaceable. So Nico Gonzalez will have big shoes to fill if he were to get implemented into the first team as a central defensive midfielder. But this is also what makes it very exciting, is the fact that we are now bringing in more players from Barcelona B into the first team. And specifically for this player, he would actually be playing and be considered as the next central defensive midfielder, a position where Barcelona have been struggling to strengthen. Previously, it was said that Frenkie de Jong was going to be that next player to finally strengthen and become the next central defensive midfielder for FC Barcelona. But under Ronald Koeman, he has shown that Frenkie de Jong, when he is playing as an interior midfielder, he can be much more effective. So that central defensive midfield position is still very open for many players to occupy, and Nico Gonzalez could be that next player. But when it comes to the first season, on him joining the first team dynamics, I do expect Nico to experience the exact same season like Moriba and Mingueza, a player that does join the first team at times, maybe play about 50 to 20 minutes, and then sometimes join the Barcelona B team if Barca B really do need that player. It's all going to depend on just how fast Nico does progress within the first team. If he does play and he gels into the first team very quickly and makes Barcelona effective moving forward, then Ronald Koeman will continue to play this player. But going back into that last sentence, right? Seeing how they want to register Nico Gonzalez fully in the second season within the first team, if we look at Busquets' contract, we can see that his contract does end in 2023, which is going to be the year where Nico Gonzalez does end his second season as a first team player. And I think that that right there is really showing us that if Nico Gonzalez does very well, I can see Barcelona trying to transition away from Busquets and then moving on towards their next great player, which will be Nico Gonzalez. I do believe that this is the plan. I do see Gonzalez, if he does well, as a very important player for FC Barcelona moving forward. I am going to be making another separate video solely based off Nico Gonzalez. We are going to go into greater depth on who exactly this player really is, and it is also going to be on the second channel. But that is it, right? We have Nico Gonzalez coming into the first team next season. We have Mingueza extending his contract until 2023. It's a very exciting time to be a Barcelona fan. Many youngsters from the academy are finally being implemented into the first team. You look at Nico, you look at Moriba, you look at Mingueza, Alejandro Balde, Alex Collado. Many of these players want a spot within the first team, and when you do have that, success will come, my friends. But that is going to be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.